YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's Shannon Hearts X, and this is going to be my updated foundation routine plus a story time, so get ready. Alright you guys, so disclaimer, do not date anyone from TikTok. I repeat, do not date anybody from TikTok. So back in 2021 in November, I had discovered this girl on TikTok, and basically I just saw her video. I didn't find her attractive or anything at the time. I was showing my friend some of her content, right? Cool. Then she starts spamming my account, and then I noticed that I get a random DM on Instagram. So I'm like, hey, are you the girl from TikTok? And she's like, yeah, it's her. So I'm like, okay, cool. So she basically lets me know that she wants to get to know me or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool, no prob. So we start talking, and then after like 2 weeks, I ended up meeting her for the first time because me and my friends had a girls trip in Kingston. So I go there and we meet up. She meets one of my friends. Everything is a-okay. Or so I thought. So after the first meetup, me and my friend ended up spending an extra day there. Thanks to the girl, because she paid for us to spend an extra day or whatever. So we hung out, and then I come home, and we still keep in contact or whatever. So as like the months go by, and by months I mean literally a month, because it was November at the end of the year, she was supposed to visit for I think it was either Christmas or New Year's, but the plans ended up falling through because like she just always had an excuse as to why she couldn't make it. Like it was always something, and that something was money. Like honestly, I should have seen that as a red flag because I can't date somebody who can't even take me on dates. So I should have known from the get-go that that was a red flag. But me being a Virgo and not seeing things for what they are and what they can be, I stuck around. And so like during the time of us talking, I would like cut her off because like at one point like she didn't have credit to put service on her phone. And I'm like, you're in your 30s. How can you not even afford credit for your phone? Like that was so irritating to me because I'm like, because what I'm used to, if I don't got something, I'm not going to ask somebody else for it, or I work and go get it for myself. And I'm like, you're older than me. Like, you're supposed to set an example, right? Wrong. Not to mention that she claimed that something was wrong with her debit card, and she doesn't have online banking, so she can't get to buy service to put on her phone from online. That's what I do, because that's what I actually suggested to her. So I'm like, all right. So I sent her the credit at one time, and at that point I was done with the situation. So I ended up cutting her off and blocked her on all my social medias. Mind you, there were other red flags prior to that, from when we had first met up, that I should have just taken heed to and cut her off, but I did not. And my friend saw it, and I was dumb and did not. And I didn't cut her off. So she proceeds to call me from an unknown number / block caller ID. And I mean non-stop. Like, I mean back to back to back to back. Constantly. I mean like every second. So I finally answered her calls, and we basically started talking again. And I think this wasn't the first. This was the first time I blocked her. But this wasn't the major red flag, although there have been many. But this wasn't the major red flag. What happened was, after I had unblocked her and we started talking again, I had ended up blocking her once more because she had ended up canceling the New Year's Eve plans, because obviously I knew that she couldn't afford the Airbnb and the trip and everything. But I was not going to pay for them at all, because why would I do that? Like, you're interested in me. You bothered me, so why should I have to pay for anything? And so I blocked her again. And that time, she literally called me from private number and started to threaten me that she was going to leak my nudes. And if I forgot that I have a business to run and a what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word. And an image to maintain. Child, she was batshit crazy. Mind you, Those were the nudes that she literally begged for. Now, I think I look pretty darn good, okay? I'm very confident. So that's one thing you're not gonna like tear me down with, is like I'm confident. I know I look the hell good. So I was like, okay, well, go ahead and post them, because it's like, what else? Like, what are you trying to get at? Because what is this? You get me? Like, what do you want? Because she kept bothering me for a relationship too, and I kept turning her down. I'm like, no, I don't want to be with you right now. Like, let's just go with the flow, right? Let's just go with the flow. Ciao. Oh my God. Now, don't judge me, you guys, because I know that y'all are into toxic things too. But I ended up going back to her. Save the judgment. But yeah, I ended up going back to her, and we started talking again. Now, if I had known, well, I already could see the signs that she was crazy. But if I had known that it was going to go completely left field in January, I would have left her alone. I would have left her alone, because it's going to get domestic. So, January comes around, and she ends up having to come to Montego Bay because one of her relatives ends up passing away, and so she has to come. So I'm like, okay, we were both going through things at that time, so she was there for me, I was there for her, whatever the case may be. So she comes to Montego Bay, and we hang out a couple of times, and basically, oh Lord, it just... So for the funeral, or the candle lighting, I ended up having to give her relatives a ride to like basically Fontana to go pick up some stuff, right? So I helped them during that time to, like, grab stuff. Now, I'm not saying that I was running around the entire time, but I did help them during that time to, like, get some items for the lighting. I was being a good Samaritan. But little did I know that was going to come back around and bite me in the ass. Y'all, let me know if you want a part 2 and how we ended up at the police station and I almost died. Let me know if you want a part 2. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, my baby.